Hello everyone. So it's time for our next video. Now in this video what we are going to do is talk a bit more about what are some of the things that we can go and add into our controller. So before we move ahead, let me just quickly make a copy of our last project and rename it. We'll call it session 3, and I'll go in and open it with Visual Studio Code. So over here, just to quickly recap, in session 2 we didn't really make any major changes to our code, but we just understood some of the errors that we may encounter when we are working with Angular. So now moving on, in session 3, what we are going to talk about is what is some of the stuff that we can start doing with help of our controller. So rightly this should be called demo 2, and let's come back to our controller. So here we are in app.js sorry, and this is our controller. Now as you can see here, we are relying on scope to help us send a message to the HTML. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this line for some time, and first of all what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this line for some time, and in this example we're going to try a couple of things that we haven't seen before. So let me tell you what are we going to do. First of all, I'm going to use scope to declare a list of items. So what we're going to do here is we are going to create a list of items, and for example, let's call it a list of products. So over here, what we will do is we will populate this list of products as an array, and for each product we are going to have a couple of fields that we will specify. So here each product is going to have a name. Let's start with ID first. So each product is going to have an ID, a name, and a price. So I'm just filling in some values myself. So for now, let's stay with 2 items. And let me tell you that this is going to be a much bigger example than what we've tried before in our earlier 2 videos. So here you can see that we have got our array of items, and we are calling it products. So we are going to be building this application over the next few videos, and in each video we will add some features to it. So let me come back to my HTML. So as we don't have message anymore inside scope, we'll have to delete this statement, and I'm just going to display a message here. Let's say product list, and below what we are going to do is we are going to display that list of products. So I'm going to use an unordered list for this. Now remember that each product is having 3 details that we need to mention about it: the name of the product, the ID and the price. So there are various ways in which we could do it. Right now, to keep it simple, we are going to use an unordered list. You could also use a table and whatever you like. So here we are going to come in and use a feature of Angular known as ngRepeat. ngRepeat allows us to declare a template and use it for multiple items at the same time. So, for example, here we have a list of 2 items. So, ideally we should not have to repeat the code. So many times. So we will use ngRepeat. We declare a template that will specify how a single item should be displayed, and based on that template, all the remaining items will be shown as well. So let's see how it goes. So I'm going to say ngRepeat equal to product in products, and within this list item, I will then write a div that will be used for displaying the values. So I'm just going to say name, and in this we will say product dot name. We'll say ID, or maybe let's put ID first. And third will be the price. So here what we are doing is we are specifying that inside scope we have something called products. You go through it, and for each item in there you do the following. And in our previous videos we have already seen that this kind of syntax is used for displaying an item that is within the scope. Now, why have we said product.id? Because as we have declared here, each product is going to have 3 members: ID, name and price. So with that, let's save and try to run it. So here you can see that in a hurry I forgot to change the title, but that's okay. What's important is this part. So we are able to display this heading that we have given along with our values. So let's come in here and just change this heading. So let's call it displaying a list of items. Now I'm just going to come back here to the browser and refresh, and as expected our heading has changed. So until now in this video, the main addition has been this list which we have used to display our items. Now this is something that personally I really appreciate in Angular, because in such simple syntax, we are able to easily provide a template for displaying our data. Now, for those of you who are learning Angular as your first JavaScript framework, this may not seem like much. But for those who have worked with earlier JavaScript frameworks, this is a big deal. Because prior to Angular, as per my knowledge, none of the JavaScript frameworks gave you the facility of handling the complete circle. So what do I mean by complete circle? What I mean is arranging for the data, passing the data to the page, and then displaying the data using a template of your choice. So earlier you could do it, but you had to learn 2 or 3 libraries and then use them together. And if there was any mishap anywhere, it would be a pain to debug. And not to mention that you would have to go and learn so many different libraries just to make something so trivial work. Over here, a major benefit is the simplicity that Angular gives us. Now, with this, let's come back to our app.js file. And here we can see that this is our data. Now, before moving ahead, I'm just going to add one more feature into this controller. I'm going to add a function called add item, or let's call it add product. We will use this function to add more items into this product list. Let's call it new product. Now, how will we create a new product? So, we'll have to declare our own variable. And we will populate this in our next video. So let me leave it as this for now, and I will just add a comment. And let me add a comment here as well. So just to quickly recap, we have declared an array of products, and we have also added a function that will allow us to add more items into this array of products. We are going to populate this remaining code in our next video, so I'm going to leave it as it is for now. Additionally, in our index.html page, we saw how we were able to use ngRepeat for displaying this list of items.